Oh my super girl, she want a baby girl. Wow. This is game number 10 in the session. This is We the Revolution. I received the key to play this one from Keymailer, so this is another sponsored game. If you guys interested, feel free to type exclamation point G or game in the chat room. It's currently 4:46, so I'm going to play until 5:30-ish AM. Yeah. Enjoy the stream, enjoy broadcast. Gulingkan bantal. Ngapain? Oi. Turun. Oh my super girl, she want a baby girl.
Father.
Shh.
I am here. Do you hear me? I gave you the best I could. Why did you disown me? I have your blood in my veins. How could you? Do I mean nothing to you? Why did you grieve for him? He was nothing. I am better than he was. People will follow in my footsteps. Father.
Wait, there are no audio. Frederick Fidel. Papa had a lot of work. Raymond Defoe. I cannot anymore. I'm fed up with asking. Mama is angry because quiet. Baru kelar menjelang Isya. Tidak, 6:30 selesai kak. Seharusnya udah selesai, tapi 2 lagi bisa aku tambah kayaknya. Today, your favorite son wanted to prove he was more honorable than his father, so he started a fight, a 5-year-old boy, for God's sake. Our neighbor wanted you to explain it to them, but while you were fighting for justice at an inn. Damn you, you bloody drunk. Mother. Drag and drop document to manage the layout, click to display the content. React to event, ignoring them may have severe consequences. Review detailed information about current event, action, and the character. Consider the effect and decide the defendant's fate. Change the game setting. Hierarchy, review the current balance of power in Paris and your position therein. Intrigue or complex conflict between you and another political player. A defeat may turn out to be disastrous for you. Influence points are the main currency in-game, use them wisely. Pay close attention to the changes in your influence and relation with faction. Some of your decisions and changes in the world of the game may cause global modifier to come into action. This factor affect relation, reputation, and influence. You can review them in the notebook. But there are no audio. Is it intentional? To Judge Alexis Fidel, we have not expected this kind of behavior from your son, although apparently we should have. Innocent child's play turned into an assault on our children. The younger one, Antoine, now has a chipped front tooth. We hope that you will punish your child accordingly. Should the situation repeat itself, we will react more decisively. I'm sure we can deal with a gambler and drunkard even if he is a judge. We will not let our children be hurt. Find the correct links to unlock question for the defendant. Choose a line of inquiry and link it to the right category. While linking lines of inquiry and category, you make a limited number of mistakes. If you make too many mistakes, the whole system will become locked. Some cases may contain traps. Read through the files thoroughly to find the lines of inquiry that are irrelevant. Course of event. Victim Antoine. Extenuating circumstances. What is extenuating circumstances? What is extenuating circumstances mean? Unforeseen, unavoidable event that negatively impact a person's ability to complete an obligation. No. Then what? How am I supposed to proceed? Each action may require a different number of influence points and have a different chance of success. Your addictions are no longer a secret. The fact that other children are bullying your son because of them is a minor problem, but who is spreading those rumors? It is likely to be one of their parents. They could have whispered into their children's ears whom they shouldn't play with and why. They might even have spiced the story up with a lie, but who will hear it next? Negative relation with faction with negative consequence for you. The fervor in Paris rising. Reputation impact everything in the world of the game. You have a set amount of influence point per day. In future, you will be able to increase this limit. Huh? Make the most important decision. Condemn the defendant or deem them not guilty. Signature. Huh? Should I ask? Gather information and influence the jury's attitude by questioning the defendant. To ask, you have to first unlock the inquiry linking menu. Being in the jury's good graces allow you to find out which way they will sway after you have asked a question. My jury is this one then? Oh, this two is the jury. Okay. What exactly were they saying? Are you too drunk to guess? They were yelling that you are. I told them it's not true. They started calling me names. They called me a drunkard son. Who started the fight? I think it was me. I kicked the one on the left and then wanted to get the one on the right, but they knocked me to the ground and paid me back for hitting them. So what should I do now? Should I ask? Should I do something? What am I supposed to do? To understand, what am I supposed to do now? Should I close the case? Yeah, I don't understand. Yeah, should I do that? I don't know. Those children are so small and they already know the truth. The father of my children is a lying drunk and a gambler. Bernard used to worship you, but his son grew up. Now it is Frederick's turn to learn the truth that echoes in the street. And you're supposed to be my husband's mentor. Lohe? Kenapa, Pe? Is this what you wanted to teach him? How to repeat a mistake and lose his family? Seharusnya mulai testingnya minggu depan, Pe. Tapi karena tadi malam ketiduran, jadi hari ini aja aku tes. Lagi mau coba ganti jadwal ke pagi jam 7 sampai jam setengah 7 malam kira-kira. Begitu. Sore. Sudah kuduga. Apanya? As was I. We will wait outside as always. Okay.
Paris. Liberté! We were enchanted by the idea of freedom.
Tadi malam ketiduran.
We could not resist it. Whole families took to the streets. France was never so happy. We were enchanted by the idea of freedom.
Why is it a freedom? Find out which verdict is expected by the faction on your close one. Expected sentence: acquittal, prison. The jury has not revealed its verdict yet. I would like to report that Citizen Core B does not pay the city for his stall. Furthermore, he openly criticizes the new rule when talking to his client. One of the local merchant guy they knew went to the National Guard station near the halls. With a raised voice, he stated that the owner of a neighboring stall had purposely poured wood tar into his barrel of herring. For this supposed crime, the new demanded a proper punishment. Soldiers went to the halls and established that the herrings did indeed tasted awful. Since there was no evidence of the crime, they did not take any action. A few hours later, the guard returned to the hall. This time it was the formerly accused Jean Corbet who called for them, and there was a plethora of evidence on the side. The clearest being the new himself, smashing his neighbor's stall with a long wooden pole in front of witnesses. Crime scene. Instrument of the crime. Old denunciation. Offender's personality. But who is this though? Alexis Fidel, the new. So when 6 months ago you stole a friend from a revenue, systematically opposing the opinion of the jury may lead to serious consequences. Hi, Hobby Molor. Yeah. Unlock question, wooden ball. Offender personality? But I don't know what does this mean though, old denunciation. He openly criticized the new rule when talking to his client. New rule mean this thing. What does this mean, yeah? Old denunciation? What product does Citizen Core B sell? It would appear that your conflict has continued for some time now. We have found your denunciation of the Citizen Core B. Citizen Core B, come closer. Fruit and vegetable. And you sell fish? Straight from Waipor and Petit Dale. Then why did one of you come to the house with wood tar and the other with wooden pole? That stick must have been lying near the stall. Corby, however, clearly planned his action. It would appear your conflict has continued for some time now. It all started when that scoundrel placed his stall where mine should be, next to the entrance. You have not been able to reach an agreement ever since? Now that I think of it, it might have started even earlier. Jean once refused to pay for a red mullet taken by his wife. My whole family fell ill because of that rotten carcass. You shouldn't be happy I didn't. This one is guilty. Why? We have found your denunciation of Citizen Corby. Monsieur, I just wanted to help the city. Every stallholder pay for their place in the hall. Corby should pay too. Do you really dispute the new order? Is it true that you took Guy Danu's place at the entrance of the hall? He took the place first from a dead merchant. I only did the same at a convenient time. In the late 70s, when that tight-fisted churl asked me to lend him 30 francs, it took me 2 years to get it back. Why did you have Butar with you that day? A few hours passed between Citizen Danu's visit at the station and vandalism. I sell fruit, but my suppliers sometimes buy wood tar because it repels pests. Why did you pour it into Citizen Danu's barrel? He only poured it in himself so as to denounce me again. Why are you guilty? Don't know, why are they thinking this one is guilty? Kenapa, Nox? Kenapa mereka berpikir dia tuh guilty ya? Acquittal tuh artinya bebas begitu kan? Oi. Prancis. Iya betul, Prancis. May I remind you that you promised to join me? I have a feeling that tonight's moon favors gambler. God should grace us with wives who understand the importance of an evening game of dice. They should also know that the right amount of wine guarantees a lucky roll. Gamenya ternyata lebih ke visual novel memecahkan kasus ini ya. Late evening, the judge's house. What happened? What? What? Are you aware that Frederick sometimes imagines you as a deep-sea sailor? He dreams that you visit a distant country and have wonderful adventure. But he would rather have you by his side on land. We all want that. I don't want to watch the storm blow your lifeboat away and bury it beneath the waves. There are no waves? The storm is getting closer. Dark cloud already hang over the shore. Just wait until they finish building the kiloton. Your oars will break at once and the waves will take you to a place you will wish you'd never set foot on. Kenapa mereka nih? Your family loves you, but we won't find you in the darkness that has already begun to reach you. Well, your decision in the court can influence your relationship within the family. Choose an action from the panel on the left. Upon returning home, you can decide how you would like to spend the rest of the day. Each action will affect the other member of the family and as well as the relative toward you. Why are you angry? Bernard needs to learn how to deal with stage fright if he wants to be a professional musician. You will have to endure an hour of racket. Take your son to a pro-revolution demonstration. Let them see real life up close. Ada Mbak Marie Antoine? Kayaknya nggak tahu, kayaknya belum. Kayaknya sih tidak ya. Day 2. Today the people of Paris commemorate Jacques Guillaume Simonot, mayor of Étampes. He was lynched by a furious mob for performing his duties to France. This march shall symbolize the unity of our society in the hope that the most violent stage of the revolution is past us. Let us make that no other loyal servant of France become a victim of such hatred ever again. Similar was a good loyal officer. Those bastards lynched him for observing the law. Will you join me at March? Yeah. King Louis. I heard a thing or two about a young and ambitious judge of the tribunal. I was curious whether he is guided by justice or by entertainment. Another quest. Compiled by Nathan D. S. Xiaovv, the defendant is Olivier Magloire, a 65-year-old master locksmith who is famed among Parisian burglars as an expert on unopenable locks. Last month, he was commissioned by the owners of a Parisian glasswork, Jean Roux, Louis Roux, and Ferdinand Salon, to construct locks for ornate chests for valuable, presumably as a gift for their wives. The craftsman praised his latest creation as thief-proof. Shortly following their completion, the industrialist houses were hit by a series of burglary committed by a recent newcomer to Paris, Hector Vian. The thief was caught in the act and shot by Ferdinand Salon. The expensive Turgot map of Paris with the houses of the recently robbed industrialist mark on it was found under the cease. Surprisingly, Salon had given Magloire an identical map as advance payment. This deposit was in addition to the agreed ammunition for all the employer. Page 2? Oh. Further interesting information came from the owner of the Ginger Market Inn. She recalled that on the night preceding the burglary, the locksmith met there with a man she didn't recognize. Based on her description, we were able to identify him as the aforementioned Hector Vian. The man allegedly engaged in an evening of drinking sponsored by Magloire. Baru sempat aku nyimak apa tuh? Kirain batal. Tidak, ganti ke pagi jadwalnya. Mungkin ke depan juga ganti ke pagi. Dari jam 7 seharusnya pagi mulai. Sore. Offender personality. Salah baca tadi. Oke. Tidak bisa tanya lagi. Why are you so determined to harass an old man? They sound like the name of my debtor. Do you recognize this map? Ferdinand Salon claims that he gave you this map as an advance payment for your services. He claims what? That wicked wretch of a second-rate merchant. He gave me a scrap of paper as a payment for making 3 locks and says it's supposed to be worth more than 3k francs he owe me. Where's the map you received from Citizen Salon? Jawabannya tidak menjelaskan. What went missing during the burglary? My house was the first one to be robbed, and in my case, it was mostly valuable. At the Roux house, he will not say it himself, and he did not want to go to prison. It was the letter he had exchanged over the years with King Louis. You look upset. What are you afraid of? Advance payment in the form of a map, its disappearance, the murder of a burglar, and lock payment of services. That map was Salon's idea. He told the thief about the advance payment we gave to the locksmith and proposed that Hector steal it. But then the bastard robbed us. Later we were forced by Salon not to pay the locksmith because he sent the thief after us, and that's when it all went down the drain. How to continue? I cannot ask any more questions though. So what do I do? Just end the verdict? Huh? Like this? So we're done?
King Louis XVI. There were people who truly loved him. He reminded the French they had noble ancestors. Do not be manipulated by people who are not bearing the burden of responsibility. This saddened me. Someone had advised him to say that. Someone who was well aware of the cold, inevitable wind of change. I did not pity the king, but those who will come after him, as they will not have great ancestors.
Agak kemana-mana ya sebenarnya ceritanya. Frenchmen marched in the street of Paris side by side, one line after another, to commemorate Jacques Guillaume Simenon, Mayor of Etampes. He was murdered by a furious mob punished for a law he did not enact, but was obliged to observe. Freedom of speech killed him if we understand this as the right to cast stone to show one's discontent, the right to murder people because you deem them responsible for your miserable life. My house again? You have to choose an action. After various important event, you may find yourself with an action forced upon you. Kenapa ya ini? Reviewnya sebenarnya di Steam mix, tapi kenapa ya? Somehow ceritanya tuh kok kemana-mana.
That is our new symbol of freedom. You can still smell the fresh wood.
Do you feel free looking at it?
Individuals like us do not need symbols, but France does. Did you hear the news of the day? People are running around like headless chickens and yelling about Louis and his entourage escaping Paris.
So, we will not be enjoying the aroma of fresh wood for long.
Monuments like that are not installed solely for the purpose of punishing thieves or lesser aristocrats.
Do you think it wants to taste royal blood?
Louis' flight was a stupid move, yet it seems it was planned. One of us will sacrifice him. That is, if they catch him.
Is that why Louis visited us at the court? To manipulate us?
Maybe deep in his heart he felt what the builders of the guillotine did. That someone has to be exposed as a traitor, even if there is none.
Guillotine. It's not guillotine, but it's guillotine. Sebentar ya. I'm writing this because I mainly read negative review, but again when I decide to what to buy, if negative aren't that bad or do not apply to me, then I buy it. This is a good game. Negative rating is mainly because it wasn't quite what I was expecting. The art and storytelling is great, and if you want to live through the history, then this is an excellent way to do that. You don't really have the freedom to choose to do what you want to do with your judgment in a case. Your judgment will affect the reputation of your family, the commander, the revolutionary. Assuming you will get a game over if anyone gets too low. You don't do what you want to do, you do what's going to give you the most utility and win the game. Do you actually do what you want to do in the evening with your family? No, you do whatever is going to increase your relationship with whoever has a loved one. I don't know, but the story in this game felt kinda going so many where? How to actually explain? Was expecting some kind of game, but this is Let's see, what's the next case? In the dock is Lucien Blanket, a resident of the section des Gravilliers, Rue Meslay. Citizen Blanket owns several grocery stalls. We have received multiple complaints regarding his unfair trading practices such as selling spoiled food, price speculation, and the violation of legal price limit. Berarti besok jam 6 juga kah mulai? Besok aku nggak nge-stream, Lex. Hari Jumat tidak stream, Kak. Lanjutnya Sabtu. Mr. Blanket has denied all the accusation, but my investigation at his stall revealed at least some of the complaint to be justified. He claimed that the prices were inflated due to the employee mistakes, and that spoiled produce was about to be disposed of on the day of the inspection. It must be noted that when the inspector pointed out his frustration, Blanket scolded his employee and readily said about restoring order at his stall. Menurut Sabtu, bukan Sabtu pagi. Maksudku Sabtu tuh UMR, tapi aku tidak nge-stream reguler, jadi Jumat kosong jadwalnya. Selain itu UMR, soalnya gak ada uang untuk bayar FOP untuk satu hari, so gak ada stream hari Jumat gitu. Stream hari Jumat jadinya mungkin diganti ke Senin, mungkin gitu. Ya mungkin begitu. A young merchant and staunch supporter of the Jacobins, he has connection with Marat and Robespierre, or so he claims. So far, he has managed to get away with all his shady dealings, so there may be some truth to his boasting. He sold me rotten apple. He put some fresh one on top so that I wouldn't notice. My husband couldn't stop retching for 2 days after eating salary he bought from the swindler. Okay. Offender personality. Huh? Evidence? Poisoning customer? No. Rotten apple. Hah? Oh lah. Accusation. Legal price limit? Ini apa, Kak? Kenapa ada defendants connection ya? Oh, I see. Do you admit to selling spoiled produce? That has already been established by the inspector. There is no need to go over the matter again. Yes and no. Yes, because I admit that such thing has been reported at my stall. No, because it was not my fault. I cannot be held accountable for nature not creating all apples equal. Apples are not citizens of France. Wow, what kind of answer is this? They will buy carrots as black as coal if you lower the price by a few francs, but they will still expect them to taste as though they were fresh out of the ground. Did you know your produce made your customers sick? If anyone can prove that my produce was at fault, I will gladly cover the cost of their treatment or their funeral. They need only come forward. Let me remind you that the witness testimony will be taken into account. Testimonies of jaundiced people who will do anything to hamper a wealthier man's work. Worthy evidence indeed. It seems your employees are rather prone to making a mistake. I would do everything myself if I could, but that is impossible. There was no one in Paris accountant enough? Do you think so little of your fellow citizen? Most people are dulled. The very fact that I must defend myself in court attests to that. I own a chain of grocery stores, not a parish school for dim-witted. Why are you... Oh! The personality is so bad. Hang him. Enggak sih, tapi repotnya. Estone Woman kah? Bukan. The defendant confessed the crime? No. Was his act counter-revolutionary in nature? No. No information. How does defendant explain his disregard for legal price limit? Robespierre? Bukan, nggak sampai segitu kak. Was his act counter-revolutionary in nature? No. Tapi dia tuh nggak bilang apa masalah ini. Dari mana datangnya? Kayaknya aku bakal ganti game. Dari mana ya jawabannya? Tidak paham bang. Bila, habis 1 hari lagi kayaknya aku ganti game. Due to the establishment of revolutionary tribunal, we need to prepare an official stamp. I was told to ask you citizen because President Defoye is indisposed. Design your stamp? My stamp? Okay. Yuk kak, saya ganti game terakhir kalau begitu.